Congrats on Final Five.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at us.
One more to Final Four.
Who would have thought, right?
We fight to see another day.
We have now a 1 in 5 shot of,
100%.
or I guess a 4 in 5 shot of winning immunity.
Yeah.
Knocking Austin out. Yeah.
That's better.
We just have to
odds.
win this immunity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Watch his bad luck streak end literally tomorrow, and he freaking pulls out a dub.
It could happen.
That would be just absolutely terrifying. I'm not going to think about it.
Yeah.
Just got to go into game mode, winning mode.
He knows he's going to win too, so he's going to be going super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's like in Survivor, the people that are ready to go, like the next one to go, always pull out a win because they have that determination.
Always happens.
Mm-hmm.
Who does he go for otherwise? Is that a dumb question?
Yes, Greg. Who does Austin go for if he wins?
Least likely to think who might have it, I would probably have to say Simmons. I think he's more of a challenge guru than a solve them puzzle kind of thing for immunity. If I had to say who's most likely to have it, I'm going to throw the wild card out there, and I think everyone's going to expect me to say Greg. I'm going to say Lilly. She has played a very strong social game at this point, but she also has the smarts to go along with it and can figure stuff out, because I didn't think she would figure out the advantage. She definitely figured that out. So she's more than likely to figure out a clue to get the immunity idol as well. Is there something? Is there another idol in the game?
I think that there's got to be, because even John kind of detailed, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said McKenna's name, said something about ask Ian for something, ask Ian for an idol. And then he said that he didn't tell me what the steps were to solving it, but that when he answered it, it said nothing's here. So that means that someone's got it.
The plan for Austin moving forward is to have Austin go to the end, which you could say that about anybody, but it really all depends on, I guess, who technically wins immunity tonight, because that's a big thing. We know that there's an idol out there at some point. I may have an idea who has it, but I don't know. It's all speculation up to this point. And I'm assuming tonight we would be doing something with the only two objects that we haven't done anything with yet, which would be the cotton balls and the spoons. So the plan for Austin moving forward is to win immunity tonight, guarantee his spot in the Final Four, and then make a big move then to get me to the end.
My biggest fear, let's say Austin wins.
Yeah.
I could go because I have no ties to Austin. Austin has no reason to keep me around. And that's not to say that Mike wants me gone, but I feel like I do nothing for Mike's game as well. You know what I mean?
I think he would vote Greg over you, especially if he knows me and Mike are going to.
Okay. Yeah, because my biggest fear, it's not that I think Mike wants to take Austin to the game. I don't think that at all. But Austin is always going to be a number for Mike, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If I win tonight, I'm going to play my idol for you anyway, so you don't have to worry.
Oh. You don't have to do that. You should play it for yourself.
I'm saying if I win. If I win immediately.
Oh, if you win. Okay, yeah. I was like, no. Play it for yourself.
Yeah. No,
okay,
no, I'm playing it for myself.
Okay, good. I was
also,
hello, Final Five. Congratulations on making it to this point in the game. You should all be very proud of yourselves. Are you guys ready to get to the next immunity challenge?
Yes.
Wait on us.
Yep.
All right. Immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, you will take the cotton balls and spoons
Let's
and
go.
put them back in your box because you won't need them for this challenge.
That's funny.
That was good. That was
Good
good.
one, Morgan.
I'll be here all night.
I had them out. I had them out.
What a range of emotions already.
Look at all
Wow.
this. You get this,
Disappointment.
you get this reaction. They say they don't even listen to me to my face.
We don't.
No.
Who are you?
I'm the one who reads the votes.
Oh, you look familiar.
Oh, I'm so sad.
All right, for today's challenge, you will be playing what is known as Jeremy's challenge. You will simultaneously make a stack of solo cups and roll a die. You will start with 1 cup and roll the die until you get a 1. You will then add a second cup and roll the die until you get a 2. You will continue adding cups and rolling the die all the way until you get to a 6. After you roll a 6, you will need to add a 7th cup to your stack. If your stack falls at any point, you must start over at 1. The first person to stack all 7 cups and hold the stack for 5 seconds wins immunity and guarantees themselves a spot in the final 4.
Also, for this challenge, you will be paired with a person on production to give you confirmation of your role that you're good to add your next cup.
Okay, Austin, my friend, you are with me. I will be confirming your dice.
Hey, let's go. Simmons, you will continue to hear my voice.
Lily, you'll hear my voice.
Okay.
Hey, Greg, you will hear my voice.
Hey, Denny.
And Alex, that means you're with me. All right. For immunity. Survivors ready? Go.
1.
Alex, you're good. Alex is already adding his second cup.
2.
Simmons,
You're
Lily,
good,
you're good.
Alex.
You're good, Lily.
Denny.
You're good.
you're good.
Sorry.
Alex adding his third cup now.
Oh, Lord. What did I do?
2.
Got it, Greg.
2. Lily, you're good.
Okay, thank you.
1.
Austin, go.
Alex, you have to keep rolling until you get a 3.
Yeah, I know. 2.
Austin,
Oh.
you're good.
3.
Greg, you're good.
Alex
3.
drops.
Good. Mike, you're good.
No.
Simmons looking to add his 4th.
You're good.
Oh, my God.
Alex
Good,
drops.
Can I fix a top cup as I readjust? Okay.
Where's the dice? The first part. 1.
Greg, you're good.
2.
Alex going for a 2.
Simmons going to his 3rd cup.
Alex adding his 3rd cup.
Simmons has gotten the farthest so far in the early stages of this challenge.
Alex gets a 3 on his first roll.
About to start rolling a 6. Simmons rolls a 3. He's adding his 4th cup.
You're good.
Come on.
2.
Greg, good.
We're going the wrong way.
Alex drops again.
What's that?
Cannot make it to 4 cups.
Good, Greg.
Austin has 2.
That one does not like you.
Alex drops his die.
Watch this, Morgan.
You're good. Good, Lily.
Keep it. I'm going to keep it going. Yeah,
Simmons rolling a 5.
And drops.
Good, Greg.
I'm using the new dice now.
All right. Alex is trying to
Austin
maybe
has a 1.
change his luck with a new die.
Simmons is adding his 6th cup.
Oh, shit.
Alex gets a 1.
You're good.
The farthest.
Alex gets a 2. Maybe his luck has changed.
3.
3,
Austin
Greg.
has a 3.
4.
Austin has his 4.
Simmons gradually moving towards that die, and it's
Oh, I'm sorry. Lily, go ahead. You're good.
4.
Greg, you're good.
Oh, that's the closest I'm gonna get.
Alex gets a 3. Going
Austin
for
has
his
his
4th
5.
cup.
yeah, Simmons. You gotta move your die roll
You're
back.
good.
And Alex drops.
Oh, Austin's so close but falls.
5.
You're good, Greg.
Scared me.
Alex gets a 1.
You're good? Go on.
What's everybody at?
I don't want to talk about it.
Production 5.
Greg starting over.
Austin has his 1.
You're good.
Simmons.
We're getting sweaty hands
Austin
over
has
here.
his 2.
Simmons looking to roll his 5. Took a lot of time putting that 5th cup on.
Austin also on his
You're good,
5.
Alex.
Good, Greg.
Starting over.
Hey, you're good. Go for 3.
Austin gets his 5.
Simmons and Austin in a tight
1.
Good, Greg.
in their 6th cup.
You're good, Alex.
All right, Lily, go ahead.
Austin rolling for his 6.
Good, Greg.
Austin has his 6.
No.
Back falls.
Austin stack.
You're good,
falls.
Alex.
Okay, Lily, go.
And just like that, it is anybody's game.
Pandemonium at the final 5 immunity challenge of Survivor.
Good, Greg.
Okay.
Hey, you're good.
Simmons adding cup number 1.
Good, Greg.
Alex
Austin
gets a
has
5. He's adding his 6th cup.
3.
Good, Greg.
Alex is now going for a 6.
Lily going for 4.
And he drops.
Austin has his 4.
Simmons rolls a 3, adding cup number 4.
4.
Good, Greg.
Lily drops in the same place she's been dropping.
You got this, Lily.
Listen, someone's got to be an underdog, right?
Austin has his 5.
Alex,
You
you're
good.
good.
Got it, Greg.
Simmons looking for a 4.
You're good.
And
Austin
Greg
going
got it
for
this
his
time.
6.
Alex starting over.
Simmons
He
has
has his
a
1.
4, adding cup number 5.
Austin has his 6, placing his last cup.
You're good. Go for 2.
Alex
1,
drops.
2,
Go ahead, Lily.
3, 4, 5. Austin wins immunity.
Austin wins immunity, guarantees himself a spot in the final 4. Of
Well done, Austin.
Good job, Austin.
Hell.
Good job. That was impressive. That's
What a challenge. Austin won immunity tonight, guarantees himself a spot in the final 4, and tomorrow night's tribal council, he will be immune, which means Lily, Simmons, Greg, or Alex, one of you will become the 7th member of our jury. So we will see you tomorrow night for tribal council.
Man, that feels so good. The first challenge win since I would say since day 1 of the old school Alexa tribe. That was the goal, to get one challenge win, and it could not feel more confident heading into a vote out into the final four. I'm a little nervous for Mike right now, but at this point, I think Mike, Alex, and I have a very distinct intention to vote out Greg and make sure that we are the final three in the end. I'm really hoping Alex sticks to that. He did let me know that he has the immunity idol and he will be playing it tomorrow. Smart move on his part in case he wanted to have some insurance. But I'm safe. That's all that needs to know. So, yeah.
But we kind of had hoped, I guess, would happen at Final Four, gets advanced to Final Five, and we now have to go for each other, the original Final Four alliance. I did really want to go to the end with the four of them, and it's been an absolute joy to play the game with them. They're fantastic, but, gloves off, and I think we all realize it. It sucks a lot, but it is a game. We do want to win. And I'm not just going to lay down and become the vote because a few jurors have said my name on their way out of being the big threat. It sucks. I don't see an argument to get rid of Lilly, and Alex has the idol. So it is down to Mike and I, and love the guy, but game on, dude. Like, whichever one of us gets through this, I hope it winds up winning. But it's going to be tough. I'm fortunate enough to have Lilly in my corner, kind of also in Alex's ear, feeding him similar reasons to get out Simmons. And, on the other hand, I'm sure Austin and Mike are both in Alex's ear trying to get him to get me out of here. And then I guess Mike and I, if we talk, it'll be to try to brainstorm to save us both, but that means throwing out Lilly's name, and that just doesn't feel right. And it also just doesn't feel like it's legit. Damn. Crappy position to be in.
The people I'm aligned with, Greg, Lilly, and Alex, we were just like, as long as Austin doesn't win, we'll vote him out. And of course, what happens in typical Survivor fashion, Austin wins the challenge. The person who is least expected to win the challenge backs up against the wall, they win. And that's just a classic case of Survivor. But for me, that's not the worst thing. I've had his back a few times the last couple votes. And, we've talked a lot since the merge. So I've been pretty confident he's not going to vote me out tonight. Is that the case? I don't know. But my job now is to make sure that we throw these votes on Greg. He's a very strategic player. He's a very good player. He's played a good game. Everybody likes him. He has a lot of friends on that jury. And frankly, my argument is I don't think anybody in the game right now beats him in a final scenario.
In the scenario that I get to stay, the people that vote with me to vote out Mike are Lilly and Alex. And that'll be tough. I think Lily's on my side. I do believe that, which means that I don't have any reason to want to turn on her, if that's even an option. Alex is the one we have to convince. Alex knows, I think, that he's in the middle at the moment. I think Mike and Austin will vote together. Lilly and I will vote together. And then it comes down to Alex. And Alex has played a good game so far, but I think he recognizes he needs to make a big move. And while I do think getting me out would be a big move, my hope is that Lilly and I can convince him that getting out Mike is actually the bigger move that no one would expect. And I do think that if I go out, it looks like it's more of a move for Austin and Mike. Whereas if Mike goes out, I think it's very clearly seen as a move for Alex. At least that's what I would pitch it as. But then, of course, if I'm at the end of the game, would 100% try to take credit for it. But I have to do whatever I can to at least convince him to make the move. And then if I'm at the end, that's for future Greg to figure out.
Austin winning, it sucked in a way because it means have to vote out, someone that I worked with for since the whole game. But in another way, it was kind of a blessing in disguise because that meant you could get out a bigger threat without like too many feelings getting hurt, because obviously it has to be one of the four of us who've been working together. I think it has to be Greg going tonight. I mean, we've heard from, when John left the game briefly, he was on Exile with Lauren. Lauren told him that, Greg is Greg is going to get all the votes if he gets to the end. And while, who knows exactly what the jury's thinking, that seems very likely to me. Greg's such a nice guy, and he's played a really good social game. He's had friends he made friends with everyone on the jury. He worked with a lot of different people on the jury, like really closely. And I think, just people are going to respect that. I don't want to, I'd rather make a big move here and then lose at 4 than get to the end with someone I know I'm not going to beat.
Basically, Mike said he wanted to get me out at 4. So like
Alex told you that Mike wanted to get you out at 4.
So then it's him, Alex, and Mike. And I was like, Alex, you don't win if it's you, Mike, and Austin at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you don't win. So I don't know. I don't know what to do other than to convince him. Like, Simmons was the only other one that was going to win that other than Austin.
I think so.
He's the only one that got to 6. He got to 6, didn't he?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Well, maybe he got to 5 a couple times. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know either. I mean, it's gonna, there's like 2 options. It's like I either vote for you or vote for Mike, and I don't want to vote for you, so I vote for Mike. And then it's just like, and I don't think we're going to convince Austin. I mean, maybe we convince Austin to get rid of Mike. If we're like, hey, Austin, like Mike could beat you. Like you have to, like the best argument to get rid of Mike is that he's just good at challenges and could win all of them and take whoever he wants. And for 3 of us, that's not going to be us.
Right. I feel like that's our biggest thing is like he has control of the game because he's winning challenges at this point. You know what I mean? So if you want any type of control, like now is our only time to get Simmons, and he's proved that. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, do you think Austin would go for it?
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like Alex wants to make a big move and get it. No offense, but getting you out now is not a big move because you're everybody's target.
A big move is doing something else.
Yeah, doing something that people have, like getting you out is what John, what Lauren, what everybody's been telling you to do. So it's not going to have an impact. Use your idol and get somebody out that's going to change the game. And that's Simmons.
The plan at the moment is for myself, Alex, Lilly, and Austin to vote Greg. I think it makes the most sense for everybody. I think it's the right play, but the right play for one person might not be the right play for another person. But in my opinion, Greg's the common factor and we can't beat him. So I hope that everyone's thinking the same way I am, and we can just have all of us put the votes on Greg. The challenge that I'm trying to get to is hoping that I can convince Greg not to vote for me. I've made it this far in the game without receiving a vote, and I'm really going to try to continue that tonight by selling to Greg that we can maybe get Lilly. I don't know. I don't really want to lie to him because we've been so close throughout the game. So I'm going to have a conversation with him and see what he's thinking. But, my goal for tonight is 1, not go out, and 2, try and not get any votes. 2 pretty tough tasks, but I'm going to try my best.
It's been awesome playing this game with you guys. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I know what's coming. I'm totally all right with it. it makes sense from a game perspective, and that's how I expect everyone to be playing at this point. So absolutely no hard feelings. I can't wait to see how the rest of this game turns out. I'm like annoyed that I won't know. I'll have to like just find out every like couple days, but thankfully I'm here long enough to only have to wait only a few more. But I wouldn't have wanted to play this game with anyone else. You guys are awesome. Very awesome people.
I feel the same. I'm lucky
Yeah.
to have felt like you guys felt like you could trust me and saying, this has been a good group.
We went almost as far as we could together.
Yeah.
That's impressive as hell, I think.
Very impressive. And like I told Greg, I consider you three like actual real life friends. Like if Greg goes out of the game tonight and I'm still in, I know that I need to win the next immunity challenge. I know that my name's going to be thrown around. It's already being thrown around today. I think of myself a little bit as a threat after Greg's gone. But I'd like to think even if I don't win the immunity challenge, I have a good enough relationship with Austin where he might not want to get me out just yet. I know he's not a big fan of Lilly. She's very popular on the jury. And Alex has also made it known that Lilly is a strong player, but Alex also doesn't like Austin either. So I think if I can get past this vote, I have a good chance of making it to the finals, even if I don't win another immunity challenge. I think I can sell the right stuff to Alex and Austin to convince them that, Austin needs to get Lilly out to have a better chance to win, and Alex needs to get Austin out to have a better chance to win. I've already been kind of feeding them both of those things, throughout the last couple of votes. And I hope best case scenario for me is get it to a final three situation with Lilly and Alex. And if there's a final two, I win that immunity and I can take Alex with me. That would be ideal, perfect situation, but it's Survivor and that's probably most likely not going to happen.
All right. Here we are, the final five, soon to be the final four. Last night, we had a very intense immunity challenge. Probably one of the more challenging challenges of the season. Austin, you finally were able to pull out a win. Congratulations. How are you feeling about that?
Thank you. Finally is the key word, right? that was the main thing. Because I promised myself that I would at least win one immunity challenge, and I don't know why it had to be the hardest, but it did. But and I give credit to everyone that competed because that was intense. Honestly, at one point, like I had all six, and then the numbers counted, and then I dropped them. So it was at that point, it was like it was an which is he? No, he's not. So Jeremy needs to own up to his actions for this one because this one was a little bit of a roller coaster, to say the least.
Greg, do you think Austin needed to win immunity?
No, he was going to be fine no matter what. No, in my opinion, I think he did. If he hadn't won, I definitely would have been writing his name down tonight. And I don't think that's a secret. Austin and I have never seen eye to eye in the game. It's been quite a long time coming, but no, felt really happy for him because it was a doozy of a challenge. And, it felt like it was like I don't know what the right word is, but, everyone was slipping into first place at different times. And Austin pulled it out. So credit to him. That was a tough one.
Simmons, you have won 3 individual immunity challenges. However, you did not win immunity last night. So, potentially, you got to be thinking people are looking to vote you out as a challenge threat. You could very easily win your way to the end. Is that something you're worried about tonight?
I wouldn't say that I could very easily win my way to the end. I don't think there's an easy challenge that we've had so far. And, I think Lauren said it best a while ago that these challenges could go any way. Like, last night there was multiple people that were in first place for a certain amount of time. And I think that could go for any one of these challenges. But, to your point, of course, I'm going to think that people are gunning for me at all times because I have won a couple of immunity challenges. And I know that puts a target on my back, but, I have to trust the relationships that, we kind of built, but we're so far in the game that, everyone's playing an individual game, and, things that they're telling you might not be true, but you kind of just have to hope they are.
Austin, who do you think is in danger of going home tonight?
Anyone at this point is a value threat. There are certain individuals that maybe carry a little bit more weight in the game, maybe such as Greg, who's been able to glide along and everything, and able to essentially build the game around him to see where he wants to go. Or it could be someone like Simmons, like you said, that has won a couple of immunity challenges. It all plays dividends. Anybody technically has the nerves, I guess, to say if they go home or not. So I'll say everybody except me. Sorry.
I mean, to be fair, Greg, Austin basically just called you and Mike out. He says everybody, but he named the two of you. So what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I do think everyone here has played a very good game. No two people can play the same game and get to the end. Everyone has to play to their own strengths and weaknesses. That's what I've done. I think that's what the other four here have done as well. I knew that once Austin won that challenge that my neck was on the line and that I had to immediately get to work and try to pitch any of the other three to go, Lilly, Mike, or Alex, because I was willing to see all of them go if it meant that I got to stay. So my hope right now is, maybe one of my pitches worked one way or the other. Who's to say, except for the four of them, because it could be, who knows what'll happen? Who knows? But it's nice to know that I've been considered a threat. I think some people who haven't been necessarily considered a threat might be playing the game better than I have because I was identified as a threat earlier than they have. But in my mind, everyone here has been playing a great game, and I do still think anyone here could win.
Alex, traditionally, the final five is the last opportunity to play an idol or an advantage. Do you think that we're going to see something played tonight?
Yes.
All right, that was a brief answer. Lilly, is tonight a difficult vote for you?
Yes. I think I've said this to a couple people, but we've hit this point in this game where it feels like we're back at the merge. Like you find people that you can trust, but once you get to this few, it's every man for themselves. So these people that you've been trusting for 10, 15, 20 days, you now don't know if you can trust them, if, they do what they're saying, and that it eats away at you because now these people I feel like are my friends. I want to hug them, and I want to be able to I want to cheer on whoever wins, and I will with whoever's in this group, which makes it that much harder to look and try to put a name down on pen and paper, for sure.
Lilly, I'll take a hug.
Well, it seems like this final five is all full of love, and yet we have some very serious business to get to. And unfortunately, one of you will have to say goodbye. So It is time to vote.
Gregory. This is going to be the hardest vote for me, for sure, this entire game. I wanted to go to the end with him, and I tried for the past 24 hours, and I couldn't get it there. So
I do not want to lose unanimously in a final.
Unfortunately, time has come. So, Greg, cheers, brother.
Now, this was definitely the hardest vote so far this game, but my man, it was either you or me this time.
I am voting for Alex because I can't let John and Lauren have all the fun in playing an idol correctly. So add this notch to your belt, Alex.
Okay, I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, tonight is the last time that you can do so.
Surprise! Just kidding. I would like to see myself in the final four. I am playing mine for myself.
All right. Alex does have a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Alex will not count. I will read the votes. First vote, Alex does not count. Greg, 1 vote Greg. Greg. Thirteenth person voted out of Survivor Exile Island and the 7th member of our jury. Greg. Greg, the tribe has spoken.
Thanks, guys. Go crush this. Rooting for all 4 of you. But let's make this last couple rounds exciting. Love you guys.
Well, with a smile on his face on the way out, now the person who's been called out by the last few people voted out is no longer here. So this final 4 should be very exciting, and we will see you all on Thursday for your next immunity challenge.
So ultimately, what I want to just say is thank you. Thank you to the production for casting me and 15 other fantastic people. It's been great getting to know them all. It's been amazing getting to play a game that I've loved since I was, 6 or 7 years old. And I've never done anything like this before. So I'm impressed with myself for having made it this far. Wish I could have gone all the way. Thank you to the other castmates. It's been an absolute honor playing with all of you. And thank you to my friends and family who let me ignore them for the last month so that I could live out my dream and get a try for a W in this one. It's been an absolute blast. I don't know what else to say. I'm looking forward to seeing who wins this and casting a vote for someone. They're all playing great games, so I'm excited to see how it ends.
Of course. Here's my question. You're sure, so you want to automatically vote Austin, even if Mike and Austin are both safe?
I mean, I think so. I don't see why not. Because I think I agree. I don't think people are going to vote with Alexa versus Phil. But I think the votes that we would have would be people would be torn between the 3 of us. Whereas Austin gets guarantees.
I agree with that.
If we're both there and we split the ones that are up between us.
I agree. I just think the one hesitation, and I think we should vote Austin, but I think just what the thing to keep in mind is if we do get down to the final 3 challenge, more than likely Mike wins. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, it really depends on like their verbiage, because if we think there's going to be a final two, then I agree. We should consider voting Mike if he doesn't win. Because you're right, then he wins and he basically picks who he goes to the end with. But also the same with, I feel like maybe even Austin.
yeah, I mean, Mike's a more guarantee win, but yeah, it's not like we're gonna fare any better against Austin.
Well, congratulations, Final Four. It's very exciting. The numbers are dwindling quick, and the game will be over before you know it. Are you guys ready to get to your next immunity challenge?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah. Woo!
All right. Immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, you will be stacking a pyramid of solo cups with your feet. You will start with a stack of 10 solo cups on the ground. On my go, you will need to separate and stack them into a 4, 3, 2, 1 pyramid. Once your pyramid is constructed, you will then deconstruct your pyramid and return your cups to a single stack of 10. The first person to build and then take down their pyramid wins immunity and guarantees themselves a spot at the final tribal council. For immunity and a spot in the final 3, survivors ready? Go.
Oh shit.
Get that one. They're sticking together.
Alex, you can get them with your
grab it,
hand.
Alex.
Everyone getting out to a slow start here.
Oh. This is ridiculous. I suggestion.
Everyone is trying to get their cups separated. Looks like Lilly has 3 separated. Simmons has 8 separated. Alex has 4, and Austin has 2.
Austin is being real gentle with those cups. Alex, those cups must have done something to him.
Hey.
He is he's giving those cups quite a beating over there. Simmons working on his pyramid already.
Got them long duck feet. I can't.
Alex is also working on the second row of his pyramid.
Gosh, these boys are fast with their feet.
Simmons has his second row complete.
Simmons, what the hell, bro?
This is nerve-wracking.
Oh,
Simmons has the third row.
One more cup. Lily now has her cups separated. Mike,
Simmons,
you're good?
Simmons'
You can
pyramid
start
is good.
Mike is now working to get his cups back into a stack.
Just like that. Mike wins immunity.
Thank God.
Congratulations to Simmons winning his 4th individual immunity. And not only that, he has also guaranteed himself a spot at Monday's final tribal council. Simmons, how does it feel?
Wow. Didn't expect that, but that's unbelievable. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And sadly, on the other side of things, one of you, your journey will be coming to an end on Saturday at the next tribal council.
Oh my God, this win was huge. I honestly can't believe that I won. Like, I never thought starting this game I'd be sitting here right now with immunity going into the final tribal council, voting someone out, going to the final 3. I really can't believe it. It's unbelievable, but I'm so excited. I'm not excited for the decision I have to make going forward for Saturday's tribal council, but that's what happens at this late in the game. But awesome challenge today. I don't know why I was so good with my feet. It was just the most random thing. I don't know, but I guess I'll take it today.
Final 3, maybe.
And they said final tribal on Monday.
Yeah, so
Final tribal. Like, this is it. This is the last vote.
Guys, we can do this as a freaking solid 3.
We can finish it how we started it, right?
Yeah.
Other since day 8. Swap Alexa, baby.
I mean, I have no reason personally to keep Austin in the game for the finals. I told you both that I think he gets too many votes.
I agree.
So
I don't think like I said, an Alexa can't be there. Just it's too risky to have an Alexa there.
I just don't think it makes sense for any of us, right? I mean,
I think it's really even between the two of you, but I think it's gonna be. I think it's a very fair fight at the end.
Yeah,
I think so too.
if Austin's there, he takes the votes that are like toss-ups between between any two of us.
Yeah,
I agree.
So it just makes sense for him.
Oh, well, that was definitely not the final challenge that I had in mind. I don't have the biggest feet, so this was a definite disadvantage on my part, but I did not win immunity, but I feel confident. I talked with Mike, and we agreed as long as one of us would have won immunity and Lilly did not, then we would be fine. Now we just have to hope that Alex gets on board, which I think he will, because if he votes against me, it will go to Rox and he will go home, which means that Lilly is the obvious choice here. And hopefully we can put this to bed. And I will see you hopefully at the final 3.
I mean, that was the goal for what we set out for tonight, right? Was for the two of us, one of the two of us to win immunity.
Yep.
Happened. So
Yep.
Let's bring it home, man.
Let's do it.
I feel confident going up against a competitor like yourself. So,
And I said this from the beginning. I don't expect to win. I don't really care to win. Obviously, I want to win, but made it to the finals. Yeah, made it to the finals. Have some fun. Enjoy the game, and see what happens. It's out of our hands at this point after this, right? Right. I mean, yeah, we can say some words, but
that's all it's gonna be done is our word for people. So
yeah.
Do I vote out Lilly and keep Austin for the finals? Do I vote out Austin and keep Lilly for the finals? I don't know. Part of me wants to just tie it 2-2, let them go to a challenge and just enjoy the show.
The decision couldn't be more clear for me tonight. And Alexa can't be sitting at the end just because we don't know how they're going to, the Alexas on the jury are going to vote. They could just be like, well, he survived, he was on the bottom. So Austin needs to go home. I think if it is a final 3, I think it'd be super exciting for you, being me, Mike, and Lilly. We've worked together since the swap. We've become really good friends. I think it's a pretty fair playing field. I don't know exactly my chance, but Austin being in it would scare me the most. So Austin needs to go home tonight.
So we are about to go into not final tribal, excuse me. Okay. We are about to go into tribal where there's 4 of us and we're voting out a 4th person to get down to the final 3. There's might be a chance for a final 2. And Mike and Alex basically just told me that they were voting out Austin. So fingers crossed that we can go 3 strong. Again, not much I can do if they decide to vote me out. I think that they would have told me, though, if they weren't going to vote me. So here's to hoping. And maybe I made final 3. I can't believe I got here. I think sometimes I'm undeserving of this. And it just baffles me every time. So here's to nothing.
Well, wouldn't you know it? About almost 5 minutes before I'm going into the room, Mike asked to chat, concrete plan is more acting like quicksand right now, because he is now in his head of if he wants to vote for Lilly or vote for me. I'm a little confused because I thought that this was what we wanted for the end. But you know what? Decisions are decisions. If he really believes that he can beat everyone else by taking me out, it's his own right to do so. Obviously, I'm not happy about it, but you know what? Quote unquote, everything works out in the way. If I need to go against Alex tonight in a challenge in order to prove that I need to stay, bring it on. I'm not playing games right now.
Well, Lilly, Austin, Alex, and Mike, congratulations on making it to the final 4. Here we are, day 37 at Tribal Council once again. Austin, how are you feeling about making it to the final 4?
Final 4 is great, right? The one step before the final quote-unquote hoorah, so to speak. Final 4, fortunate, I think is the more appropriate term. We'll leave it at that.
Lilly, what has the mood around camp been like the last couple days?
That's a great question. I know, at least for me, I'm still in shock. I made it past the merge, let alone to this point right here. I think, bouncing off what Austin said, I think a lot of us are grateful to be here, trying to figure out, how do we keep ourselves here? Because again, especially in my situation, it's out of my hands. There's really no convincing anyone of how they're going to vote. They know who they want sitting next to them. So it's really putting your faith in each other's hands at this point, So yeah.
Simmons, congratulations on winning your 4th individual immunity. How does it feel knowing that you will see day 39 of this game?
That was definitely the best one so far, right? That's the biggest immunity challenge in the game, the one to send you to the finals. So
we only have 4 people left in the game, and there is a chance that there's a tie. And if that happens at this stage in the game, we will not go to rocks. The 2 people who receive votes will battle for their spot in the final 3 with a challenge here at Tribal Council tonight. Alex, has that impacted your decision making for tonight's vote?
Sure. I mean, it's something you have to consider. There's a couple different layers to that. The obvious for me, my thought was, well, hell, maybe winning a challenge, going right into final tribal isn't the best look. Might be a good look, for my game, but then that also comes with a huge risk of losing that challenge and going home. And it also, that could mean giving one of these other 2, I guess, who are not immune, a chance to have a nice little end to the resume of this game. So yeah, it's been something to think about. It's a risky play to purposely force a tie, but you have to consider everything at this point.
Austin, you are so close to the end. How are you feeling about your chances of making it there?
I will say it's the chance of me making it to the end right now looked a little bit better before, 10 minutes ago maybe. My piece is this: if you want to do the right thing, make your vote. I'm not gonna, this is not a plead, this is whatever, but if you want to see who really wants to move on, force a tie. I'm willing to literally go to the end and make my mark in order to do that. But if you don't, I understand. But I will, at least for a tie, I will not go quietly.
So you feel like you're going to be receiving some votes tonight, Austin?
I know I'm going to be receiving votes.
Is your pitch to anybody in particular?
You know what? Those names that want to be named, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. There's no reason to.
It's me, Morgan.
So you're the swing vote tonight, huh?
Wow, well, I don't know about that, but I know Austin is referring to me, yeah.
How do you know that?
Based on the conversation we just recently had. He could be talking to Alex or Lilly, maybe. I don't know, but based on the conversation we had, I think it's safe to say that it was me. And that's okay. I mean, that's fine.
It's not a jab to anybody. It's not even a plea. It's not really even a pitch. I'm just saying that I would rather go down fighting than go down not kicking at all. So if that be the case, or if not, whatever you guys want to do, it's your decision. But that's my only thing I want to say.
100%. I think you gotta throw everything out on the table if you think your life is in danger in this game. There's no other way to play it. And I think on that note, it is a perfect time to vote.
I'd be crazy to vote anybody else right now. I respect his game. I think he could have won if he got to the end. So more the reason to put his name down.
I am hoping that we make this a duel, Lily. Good luck.
I respect the fight. There is no chance I'm letting you win a challenge in front of the jury.
This is, I don't even know. Wow.
Okay, I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom call immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Austin. Lily. 1 vote Austin, 1 vote Lily. Austin. Fourteenth person voted out of Survivor Exile Island and the 8th member of our jury. Austin. Austin, the tribe has spoken.
Nothing personal, guys. I knew that it was on the block, and good luck to everyone. You guys earned it.
Congratulations, Simmons, Alex, and Lily. You are the final 3. Each of you have earned your spot at Monday's final Tribal Council, and I hope you enjoy your Day 39 breakfast because Monday night is sure to be a good one. Get some rest and start thinking about the jury and how you want to present your case as to why you should be crowned the sole survivor. Good night, everyone.
To come this far, to be voted out right before the final, it pretty much stinks. I'm not gonna lie. So it is what it is. But overall, I've had a wonderful, wonderful time in this game. These people have been amazing these last how many days, just to get to know professionally and personally, and I wish nothing but the best for the 3 competitors and a wonderful game to everyone, the jury, before the jury, and current now. That is all I can really say. This is how Survivor works, I guess. So is it weird to be the last member of the jury once again? You can attest to your own will at that, but I think that I've made a mark, and I'll gladly take that.